Guys, today we're talking about elbow pain and how to fix it. Now, if you've watched this channel before, you know we gotta start with a litmus test. Now, you can actually do this with a hammer. I have dumbbells, so I'm using a dumbbell, but I'm literally just hanging on to this dumbbell at the very end of it, as far down as I can, and then I'm just making small little rotations. I'm just gonna show you from a couple different angles. Now, if you have elbow pain as a result of this, we have something that's going on right there at the elbow. Now, I want you to try it without your elbow supported by a tabletop or whatever, and I want you to see if you have pain here. Now, if you don't feel pain with your arm supported, but you do feel pain here, you might have something going on with your shoulder, right? So go ahead and do your litmus test real fast. And now let's get into some stretches. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off by smashing out our forearms, and we're gonna put this lacrosse ball. I mean, honestly, you can use anything that's not gonna move around on you, you can put and dig into your forearm. And you're gonna dig in pretty hard here, and then you're just gonna flick your wrist around. You can make circles with it, go counterclockwise, go clockwise, and you're really going to try to loosen up these forearm muscles that may have gotten tight because if you have a repetitive job, like you're typing a whole lot or you're doing something with your hands just over and over and over and over again, these muscles are gonna get nice and tight. So you can see it's not directly in the middle of my forearm, it's a little bit off to the side. And again, you're gonna press pretty hard, and if you have discomfort here, just lean into it and bear with it, because we're only gonna do the underside of our forearm and the top side of our forearm for a minute on each side. Now here I am doing the underside of my forearm. Again, I'm just slightly off to the side. I'm not dead center, and I'm just trying to press as hard as I can into that forearm muscle, flick my wrist a few times, and then make some big circles in each direction. So you guys go ahead and pause the video and do 1 minute for the bottom of your forearm, 1 minute for the top of your forearm on each side. Have at it. Next up to the plate is a bicep stretch. So typically when we do a chest stretch, we put our thumb up, but we don't want to do that, or you can put your palm flat on the ground. We want to actually put our thumb down as we're doing this, and this is all about the subtle things. So get your wrist right there on the edge of the ledge that you're using, and I want you to basically point your fingers up to the ceiling. Now, you don't actually have to hold your fingers like this. I'm just showing you. You can make a fist and turn it up that way, and that is going to help isolate more of your bicep. Now, you might feel it in your chest as well, but again, the focus is try to get this into your actual bicep, right there on the top of the arm. So here you can see me doing it full range. I actually have to go down to my elbow because I'm on kind of a short box. So what I want you guys to do is hold this for 2 minutes on each side. All we're trying to do is give that elbow some relief and create some slack where there might be just excessive amount of tension because we're using perhaps our forearms too much in a repetitive motion, or our biceps completely and no triceps at all. So we're gonna try to loosen that up doing this bicep stretch. You can also hunt around by kind of scooting forward and scooting back as you're doing this. Just find a spot where you feel a really good stretch. Go ahead and pause the video, do 2 minutes on each bicep. Good stuff. We did the front of the arm. Now let's do the back of the arm. This is a tricep smash. This is pretty easy. You're just gonna put that lacrosse ball right there underneath your tricep. You're just gonna extend that arm and then bring it back up. Extend that arm, bring it back up. And then you can also do these John Cena's, you can't see me, movements here. Just basically put your hand right in front of your face, and this is just gonna get a broad smash for your entire tricep. So if this does not feel good, congratulations. You just found a spot on your body that probably needs a little bit more of your TLC. So I want you guys to go ahead and spend 2 minutes on each tricep. Go ahead and hang out. If the John Cena, you can't see me, feels better, do that. If you feel it more by just extending your arm and bringing it back up, fantastic. Do that. At any rate, go ahead and get 2 minutes on each arm. Pause the video, make it happen. Okay, the first 3 stretches focus specifically on the elbow, but now let's go do a Scap Smash. Now we're gonna start right there and we're gonna end right there as we're doing this smash. So if your shoulder is not working well, a common symptom is to feel all that pain in the elbow. So what we got to do is we got to make sure that our shoulder is working well to help alleviate some of the pain that might be caused because our shoulder isn't functioning the way it's supposed to. So what you're going to do is you're going to put those lacrosse balls on either side of your spine, just like I showed you. You're just going to wave your arms up and down, just like this. Now, I'm trying to make it a little bit more difficult by raising my hips up off the ground, and I would encourage you to do the same thing. So I want you guys to go ahead and spend at least 2 minutes on this Scap Smash. Just wave your arms a few times, move that lacrosse ball down a little bit. Wave your arms, move it down, wave your arms, move it down. If this really gets you fired up, I want you to spend 3 to 4 minutes here. If you just feel like a good smash, then just spend 2 minutes. But if you really feel this, 3 to 4 minutes to help really loosen up that shoulder and allow our body to move the way it's supposed to move, pain-free. So go ahead and pause the video, smash out those scapula. Another common area that's way too tight are the traps, especially with us 21st century dwellers because we spend so much time leaning over our phones and our computers. So pin that lacrosse ball right on the spot where basically you hold all your stress and your tension. And I mean, you're going to jam it in there as hard as you can. Now, if you don't have a squat rack like I do, you can use a door frame. And just wave your arm around. You can go up and down like I'm doing. You can also bring it across your chest and just really put as much pressure on that as you can. You can also turn your head away from your lacrosse ball and then look back up at the ceiling. Turn your head away, look back at the ceiling. And I want you guys to go ahead and spend 2 minutes on each trap. Pause the video. Next up is the chest smash. Put it in your hand, bend your elbow, put it right there on your chest. And what you're going to do is you're just going to lean up next to a wall or a door frame, and you're just going to wave your arm around. Try to take it in as big a circle as you can, both forward and backwards. Gang, if you are a 21st century dweller and you spend a lot of time looking at your phone or the screen, this chest, your pecs, are probably going to end up being really tight, and that pulls the shoulder forward, and that can cause us down the road a lot of elbow pain. So we got to loosen this up so that our shoulder can actually function the way it's supposed to, which is actually with a lot more upper back engagement, which we're going to get into in just a moment. But I want you guys to go ahead and spend 2 minutes on each boob. Now, if you don't have a wall, you can always do this on the floor, and you can just basically keep your hand parallel to the ground. Bring that up as high as you can. Bring your hand down as low as you can. The idea is just to loosen up your chest. If, like I said, if you sit at a desk all day long, I can put good money on this muscle being really tight. So again, go ahead and spend 2 minutes on each side, 3 minutes if this really gets you fired up. Pause the video, smash it out. All right. That's enough stretching. Now it's time to activate the muscles that are supposed to be working the right way. And we're going to start off locally at the elbow by doing some wrist curls. I want you guys to go ahead and do 15 of these bad boys. Go ahead and put your forearm on something that's going to support you so you can't cheat and wiggle your arm around and let your bicep do some of this work. So go ahead and do 15 reps here. And make sure that you're keeping it nice and controlled. You don't want to rush through these really fast or you're going to end up missing all the good stuff. Like driving down a scenic road. If you drive too fast, you're going to miss all the good sights. After you get done with the wrist curls, you're going to flip your hand over and you're going to do 15 wrist extensions. Now this one is going to be a little bit tougher and you're going to want to cheat and you're going to want to go down in weight. And I don't have a super heavy weight here, guys. If you have a 5, 2.5, 8-pound dumbbell or even a can of soup, this is going to get the job done. So go ahead and do 15 reps here, and you can see that I'm leaning back just a little bit to make sure that my elbow stays nice and flat on that box. Now go ahead and pause the video and do your 15 reps. The last exercise that we're going to do locally is this wrist abduction, adduction. So it's literally just like a handshake, guys. You're just going to put your elbow on that box and just shake a hand, right? Really take these nice and controlled. It's not a big range of motion, and you may not feel anything initially, but rest assured, this is going to help make your forearms stronger, happier, healthier, which is only going to make your elbow stronger, happier, healthier. Go ahead and do 15 on each arm. Pause the video. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of elbow pain as a result of the upper back not working the right way. So we're going to do these prone IYTs to help stimulate and activate these upper back muscles to be more engaged more often. So what I want you to do is I want you to do 15 reps at the I, which is what I just did, 15 reps at Y, which is what I'm doing right now, and then 15 reps at T, which you'll see here in just a second. As you're doing this, make sure that the muscles in between your shoulder blades are doing the work for you. Don't let your traps get too involved. Don't get me wrong, they're big, strong muscles and they're supposed to help you out, but not with everything. So be sure that as you're doing this, you're really concentrating on making your arms get raised off the ground by using your upper back. Now, also be sure that you're not just flopping around. We're not trying to chop up vegetables. Be slow, controlled, and intentional. Pause the video. Get all 15 reps on each angle. This last one is the wall shoulder press, and it's designed to help you just put all these pieces together. So basically press the backside of your arm against the wall as hard as you can. Now, if this is tough, just hang out here and do it for a minute. If you can, raise your arms up just a little bit and maintain constant tension against the wall with your elbow, forearm, and hand. Good. Do 15 to 20 reps. And again, be slow, controlled, and deliberate. Now, a few things that are going to be tempting to do is to just do this and not have your arms touch the wall at all, right? Don't do that. Another temptation is to only let your wrist touch the wall, not your elbows. And another one is to only let your elbows touch and not your wrist. All of those are movement dysfunctions, and don't let your lower back come off the wall really, really far. And on that note, this looks right. And it looks like I'm doing everything the right way, but watch what happens. Boom. You see how far away my back is from the wall? Suck your belly button into the wall and try to get your abs as close to that wall as possible. Go ahead and pause the video and do 15 to 20 reps if you can move your arms, and do a whole minute if you are just trying to press it against the wall. Okay, short recap. We've done all of our stretches. We've activated the muscles that are supposed to be working. Now it's time to integrate it into a bigger movement. And we're going to do that today with some push-ups. Now, I want you to notice a couple things. My abs are tight. My glutes are tight, which is going to help put my shoulder blades in the right place. And to make sure that all the muscles are where they're supposed to be as I'm doing this, I am gripping that mat as hard as I can with my fingertips. And again, that's just going to help me activate all those upper back muscles that I was using during my IYTs, my wall shoulder press, and the gripping the ground is going to help me get more of my forearms involved. I want you guys to go ahead and do 15 push-ups, concentrating on keeping everything from your hands to your shoulder blades as tight as you can. Choose the appropriate angle for yourself. Pause the video. Okay, now it's time to retest. Grab your hammer or your dumbbell if you're like me, and just rotate your arm. Do it first with your arm supported on a tabletop, and then elevate it and see if we have pain. Hopefully it's gotten better, but gauge yourself. Did you get better, same, or worse? Guys, I hope this video helped you out, and I hoped it helped you resolve some of your elbow pain or all of it. If this resonated with you and it helped you out, please be sure to share it with someone who needs some of this love in their life. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We put out new videos every Thursday that are designed to help you strengthen your muscles and your joints so that you can move pain-free. We'll see you guys on the next video.